What's up, guys? Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. It is Saturday. It's the 13th of March. How in the world are you doing? Here to talk about the Miami Heat and their victory over the Chicago Bulls on Friday night by a score of 101-90. This was the Heat's second straight win, and are now actually at 2-0 since the All-Star break. So I'm going to get into it, guys. I'm going to actually do things a little bit differently today. I'm going to go to the Snippets board. I'm going to actually write the topics as they come up, kind of throw a little different wrinkle here at you for this video. If you do like the content, of course, for this particular video, please go right ahead, hit that like button. You can also subscribe to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. So let's get right into it, guys. This was a very encouraging victory for the Heat. I say that because the Heat, it doesn't take a basketball expert to figure out that the Miami Heat are plain and simple, guys. The Heat are banged up. We are an injured team. This is a team without Avery Bradley, for one. The big injury, which is more of a day-to-day situation. However, Bam Adebayo missing his third straight game against the Bulls Friday night. From what I'm understanding, he could be back for Sunday's game against the Magic. We'll have to wait and see. But the Heat are getting it done. The bottom line is the Heat are getting it done with a very limited roster. They would, obviously, Avery Bradley, Mo Harkless, they're part of the rotation. Mo Harkless is not listed as injured, though, so I'm a little bit in the fog on that one. I want to get a little bit more of a clear understanding on that one, what's going on there. He's played in 11 games this year, but he's not back in the rotation, so I'm not quite exactly up on what's going on there. I do know Mo Harkless has had a very good career thus far, that's for sure, and Avery Bradley's a big loss. So, without Bam, the Heat would go to Chris Silva off the bench. Interesting that Precious Achiuwa would not play that much. I'll get to that in a moment. But let's get right into the top five, though, guys. Very encouraging time for the Heat as they now move the record to 20 wins and 18 losses on the season. And that actually moves them into the 4th seed temporarily. Everything's so close together, right? But they're actually in the 4th seed if the season were to end today with the 20 and 18 records. So, let's get started, guys. My first topic here I want to talk about with you real quick is the one and only Goran Dragic. Here, I'll work on my G a little bit there. There you go. There you go, guys. Well, I don't know. I think I actually made it worse. But Goran Dragic was spectacular. He would lead the Heat with 25, actually second leading scorer on the team, with 25 points off the bench. He would have 20 points in the 4th quarter. Apparently, Dragic was crediting which I can understand, the Bulls defense for the fact that he was very quiet in the first half throughout most of the game, really. He credited Tomas Satoransky, the guard for the Bulls, playing some really good defense, and that's always a very professional way to go about it. Give credit where credit's due, but Goran Dragic would explode in the 4th quarter. The veteran comes through in the clutch for the Heat and gets the job done, guys. This means that the Heat now have won 9 of 10. You got it, guys. That's 9 of 10 for the Miami Heat. Now, if you ask it just seems to me that if I'm watching random videos or maybe sports radio or social media, if you ask Net fans, Sixer fans, and Milwaukee Buck fans who they're most concerned with in the Eastern Conference, they're basically going to tell you each other. In other words, a Net fans probably, those Sixers and Bucks, they're really tough. And Buck fans probably say, you got to watch the Sixers and the Nets. Like that. That's kind of the pattern I'm seeing. I know that doesn't speak for all fans, obviously. But I am sensing a little bit of a lack of respect, if you will, for the Miami Heat. These are the the defending Eastern Conference champions. They are winning games without their full roster. They're going to guys that they probably normally wouldn't go to in big spots if this were the playoffs. Eric Spoelstra doing a great job, as I lost my marker there, guys. A little fumble on my part. Sorry about that. Hope that added to the video a little bit. But they have found a way with Eric Spoelstra doing a great job and the coaching staff doing a great job. Win 9 out of 10 games and right back into it. Item 3, guys, discussed a moment ago in minor detail. We'll get into it a little bit more. Bam Adebayo. So this is your second leading scorer, your main guy in the middle, your rebounder. This is, in a way, with Jimmy Butler, the heart and soul of the team. Got to have Bam in there, but I'm telling you guys, the Heat are 2-1 in this 3-game stretch without Bam, and just beat a decent Bull team on the road by 11 points without Bam. So that, I mean, but we gotta get Bam back. Obviously, it is a knee situation. More, from what I understand, I mean, it's a wear and tear of the NBA, soreness in the knee, that type of situation. So they're trying not, of course, to push it too much. I mean, it's a long season that these guys play, and the Heat, obviously, their main interests are having Bam for the long haul, for the playoffs, and the push at the end of the season. We obviously need him back, and need him back as close to 100% as possible. There is a chance he plays Sunday against Orlando Magic. The Heat will be in Orlando on Sunday night, so that is something to monitor as we move forward. So Bam, obviously, we gotta have him though. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But that kind of makes Friday night's win even more encouraging. Next up, guys, I'm going to talk to you now. We're going to spend a few moments, and we're going to get into the breakdown. Here we go. Breakdown of this game. And I fit it in there just barely. There you go. The breakdown of this particular game and how it broke down statistically. Let's get into that real quick. Jimmy Butler would lead the Heat with 28 points. On Friday night against the Bulls, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. He would have 4 steals. That's tremendous. Now, a lot of the Heat starters would get in the act with steals. They were able to create a decent number of turnovers in this one. He would also have a block, and you see Jimmy Butler doing that. I mean, for a guy that's basically a 2-guard, he seems to block a fair number of shots, guys, as you've probably noticed. Duncan Robinson, 15 points. His game is coming along as Duncan Robinson. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. So for the backcourt right there, Butler and Duncan Robinson, that's 7 steals. Kendrick Nunn, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Kelly Olynyk, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. I've discussed Kelly Olynyk in the past, in past videos recently. He's a little bit passive within the offense, but not quite as much on Friday. I saw him get a little bit more involved. His shot wasn't quite there, though, Friday night, but he's still very encouraging with the 9 rebounds. He would have a steal and a block. Kelly Olynyk's a solid player. He is an offensive threat, though, so I always like to see those 12, 15, 18-point games from Kelly O. But nonetheless, he played pretty well on Friday night. KZ Okpala starting for the injured Bam. In more of a starts the game, a little bit more of a limited type role, though. He's not playing huge minutes. But he's a good defender. He plays solid on both ends. 4 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and he did block a shot. The Heat bench getting close to its full strength. But of course, with guys out, it's not in resemblance of what we hope to see in the crunch time as the season winds down. But 2 guys that are definitely in that rotation, Goran Dragic and Tyler Hero. Dragic, as we discussed a few moments ago, with the 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Tremendous game for Goran Dragic. Tyler Hero, if you notice, he's been a little bit quiet since the injury. He's It's as if he's just not quite back himself yet. 4 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Chris Silva. Chris Silva, as you recall from last year, he would see limited time almost during these times, in other words, where the Heat were a little bit more limited with their bench. And Chris Silva would come in, this is going back to last season, and he would play okay, I mean, in a limited role, and he did the same thing on Friday night, same type of performance, 4 points, 3 rebounds. He did have 2 blocks, which is very encouraging. Precious Achiuwa, 2 points, 1 rebound. Something's going on there. I mean, Precious only played, basically, he was listed as only playing guys 3 minutes on Friday night. So something's going on there. And when I mean by going on, my best guess, because he seems active on the boards. It's not like he's not getting in there. I see him looking pretty aggressive in his battle for rebounds and things like that. But I'm guessing on the defensive end, maybe they're not quite happy with him, or he's just not quite progressing. He's a very young player, so the Heat are bringing, the bottom line is the Heat are bringing him along at the rate that they feel comfortable with. And that rate is a little bit slower, I think, than many of us imagined or many of us predicted. But we just have to hang in there. I like Precious. And guys, when Precious Achiuwa was drafted, that was the guy that we needed. We didn't need another guard at that time. Remember all the talk like, oh yeah, the Heat need another point guard. I mean, come on. The Heat need a Precious Achiuwa. That was a good draft. They need a guy with a little more size, a little more length, can defend, is a good athlete. That's Precious Achiuwa. The Heat need him. I'm very confident the Heat are going to benefit from his play in the years to come. And even this year, when the season's winding down, the pressure's on, they're going to need him in big spots to come through. Last but not least, Andre Iguodala did not score, had 2 rebounds and an assist. Iguodala was not quite offensively involved. He took 4 shots, missed all 4. But where do the Heat need him? Heat need him on the defensive end of things, and he's a very good defender. He's a great team player. Played around 22 minutes on Friday night. Very good. They need him in there 20 minutes a game. Do the Heat, Andre Iguodala. So regardless, if he scores, it's almost like an added bonus. Zach LaVine had a game-high 30 points for the Bulls, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. The Bulls now 16-20. So they've fallen a little bit, guys. Lauri Markkanen, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for the Bulls. Kobe White, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Wendell Carter had 4 points, 9 assists, or 4 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Patrick Williams, 3 points, 2 rebounds. He did have a steal. The Bulls got some decent play from their bench. They really don't have that bad of a bench. Thaddeus Young he played a nice game Friday night, and I was thinking about this. I mean, that's a pretty good player to have coming off your bench. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. Nice performance there. Garrett Temple had 5 points, 1 rebound for the Bulls off the bench. Denzel Valentine, who we've seen put up some numbers as far as scoring output in the past. 5.7 rebounds and assists and a steal. Tomas Satoransky, the guy that Goron was crediting with his good defense. 2 points, a rebound, 3 assists. Otto Porter did not score, but he did have 4 rebounds and 2 assists for the Bulls. So up next, guys, what do we got going on next? Let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll wrap things up on this Saturday. How about that? So coming up, next 3 games for the Heat, it's looking like this. You got, as mentioned, the Magic Sunday night. So it's 3 games in 4 days for the Heat. You got the Magic on Sunday night in Orlando, then a home game Tuesday night the 16th against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then the next night, which is St. Patrick's Day night, in Memphis on the 17th. You play the Memphis Grizzlies, who are a decent team. That will not be an easy game. So you're at Orlando, Cleveland at home Tuesday, Wednesday in Memphis. Want to get 2 out of 3. Probably really want to win Not that, every game's important, guys, of course, but you really want to take those first two, Sunday and Tuesday at home against Cleveland, almost a must-win if you look at these next three, because that game on Wednesday night against Memphis will not be easy on the road. Remember, that is a road game in Memphis. So this is Dennis Sullivan here, Sports Snippets, saying, I will see you. That's right, I'll see you. Yes, you very soon. We will talk soon, guys, and bye for now.